Hey guys, Demon here today. And today we are going to talk about the PlayStation 5. Now, I know it hasn't come out yet, obviously, and there's a bunch of rumors and a bunch of things where people have said like, oh, it's going to be able to play 8K, it's going to be able to play in 8K, I should say, and like 60 frames per second at 4K or something like that. Personally, I think it's probably going to be better in 4K with like just 4K because 8K might be pushing it a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. I know I'll personally be playing it in 4K on my 4K TV, mostly because 8K TVs are super expensive. And plus, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to have a better performance on a 4K TV. But this is a video about the PlayStation 5. This is not going to be about what's already like what we know about it or speculations on it. This is going to be my personal wish list that I want on the PlayStation 5. This is my personal wish list I want on the PlayStation 5. Tell me in the comments if you agree with some of these things, if you don't agree. Tell me other things that maybe you want or maybe I missed or you think I have missed. And starting off at number one is mods. Okay, so a lot of people might be thinking, why would you want mods on the PlayStation 5? Because you can't get them on the PlayStation 3 or 4 or anything like that. I mean, technically you can, but you can get your whole account banned for it. So it's not advisable unless you want to be a little bit risky. You know what I mean? So why do I want mods? Because mods can make a game 100 times better. You can fall in love with a game and then maybe a year, maybe two, maybe even less, you'll fall out of love with it and you'll get bored with it. Uh, that's happened to me with every game I've ever played. Like Grand Theft Auto, I loved it for like a year straight, pretty much. I got bored with it. That happens like with all the Grand Theft Auto series, by the way. And then there's like Red Dead. I loved it for months. I got bored with it. Minecraft, I loved that, and then I got bored with it. But guess what brings all these games back is mods. I've had some mods on Grand Theft Auto and some mods on Minecraft. Obviously, I haven't had them on Red Dead because Red Dead's not on the PC. So, but I've had some on there, and man, it brings back the life into those games, and it makes them fun again. It makes them fun again, especially mod packs. Mod packs on Minecraft are like some of the funnest things you can do. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, like I want mods on the PlayStation. The PlayStation 5, I want like a mod dev kit or something like that, or a mod kit, I guess, not a dev kit, but a mod kit for people that want to make mods. And you could be saying right now, you could be saying, well, how are they going to do that? How are they going to do that? That's going to cost money, time, because they're going to want like staff members on there to like, obviously censor the really, really bad stuff, which we're going to talk about censorship a little bit later. But they're going to want mods on there to like censor the really, really bad stuff, and they have to check out these things, make sure people aren't putting stuff on there that's going to break your PlayStation 5 because people have been knowing how to break PlayStation 4s and stuff like that with like certain codes and stuff. So they're going to have to make sure these things won't harm your system are actually playable, which is possible. So the first problem is that. The second problem is how would you pay for that? How would you pay for that? Mods in general are unpayable things. I mean, not unpayable things, but things that you usually don't pay for. And they're really fun. They're free and they just make the game awesome. So how would you make mods and how would you pay for the staff members that have to check the mods? This comes to our second point is PlayStation Plus. So PlayStation Plus right now is basically a service that gives you certain discounts and also two free games a month, I should say, not a year. Two free games a month, and also allows you to play online games. Basically, it's garbage that you have to buy to play online. It's complete and utter garbage, though. And let me tell you why. So PlayStation Plus has gotten a lot of crap over the years. because it's just not worth it. The only reason people buy it is because they force them to buy it to play online games. But the reason why it's not worth it is because most of the games that they give for free are not necessarily bad, but they're really old games. They're really old titles. They're never new titles. They're never new stuff, you know? So they're not necessarily bad, but they're really old. And some of them are really bad. And the discounts they give on it sometimes are not the best. They're just like, okay, that's a discount, I guess. That's a meh, I guess, you know? So they're not the best. Um, so the whole thing is kind of just a meh experience, but kind of frustrating at the same time because they're like, oh, you have to play this. You have to get this to play it online. So what I suggest doing to get rid of that feeling, to get rid of that, like, oh my god, why do I have to do this to play online? This is so stupid. You know, to get rid of that, we need this thing to change in general. First off, get rid of the online aspect, okay? People should be able to play online just by buying the system and just by using the games. They should be able to play online for completely free. Take that out of there. Do not bully people into getting this to play online, you know what I mean? Holy shit, I'm out of breath. Just by sitting here. I don't know why. But anyways, people want to play online. They don't want to buy your shitty service to play online. Second off, make your free games better, okay? I'm not saying like, well, make your free games like the game that came out the month before that, you know? I'm not saying like go like, oh, like, let's just take Red Dead Redemption 2 for example, right? Like Red Dead Redemption 2 came out a month ago. We're going to give you that for free. I'm not saying that crazy because that's pretty goddamn crazy. What I'm saying is like, maybe make games that came out like a year to 2 years at the most. Make at least one of them like a year old or so, you know? Be like, hey, this game came out a year ago. People loved it. Here it is for free, just in case you haven't played it yet. You know what I mean? Oh my god, I'm out of breath. I am out of shape. Goddamn. But anyways, so they should do something like that, you know? They should make the games worth, like, they should make the free games worth it. They should make it like a year, 2 years at the most, and maybe even sometimes a few months if you can, you know? Sometimes, just a few months old if you can. And make them interesting games and better games, I would say, you know? And maybe some AAA titles in there as well that we actually want to buy. And the discounts, put them on better games as well. Put the discounts on better games and make them lower. And then also, this would pay for mods. Make this so you can access mods through PlayStation Plus. Now, I know I said that mods are usually free and stuff, but on the PlayStation, you might have to do a little bit of a stretch there and be like, okay, you can get mods, but only on PlayStation Plus. And you could say, well, that's bullshit because mods are free on PC and stuff like that, and that defeats the purpose of mods. But you gotta realize they have to pay for these mods somehow, because they have to make sure these mods work and stuff. On PC, mods cannot work. They can work. They can wreck your computer sometimes. It really all depends. And sometimes they can be really cool. Sometimes they can be really shitty. But on this, they can be really cool or really shitty, I guess. But they won't wreck your PlayStation 5. And they need people to double check that, you know? So that's what I'm saying. They're going to have to do this to pay for mods. So to get mods, you would have to get PlayStation Plus. But it would be a better option because that would make so much more people want to play PlayStation Plus, obviously. They're like, okay, so I can play online for free. That's cool because I don't have the money to get PlayStation Plus. But then once they realize, like, PlayStation Plus, you can get mods on your shit, I want PlayStation Plus, you know? Most people, if you give them the option, like, they're like, oh, mods? I'm going to get PlayStation Plus, get some mods, maybe even some mod packs. I hope there's going to be some mod packs in there, even though I don't know how they would create that, but I'm pretty sure they could. Or maybe you could just create your own mod pack, I guess. Depends on what people create, obviously. But yeah, like I really want them to do something like that, and they could pay for all of this with PlayStation Plus, which would make it a 100% better service. Uh, Take notes here, Sony. I'm telling you how to make your shitty service into not shit. I'm telling you how to make your garbage into not garbage. Slightly not garbage, I guess. Just better in general, you know? Don't force people to get it just for online play. Give them incentive to get it. Be like, hey, you get this. You can also, play mods. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool incentive. Most people be like, fuck yes, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna play some mods. You know what I mean? And then this leads us to the second part, okay? Or the third, I guess. This is the third point, obviously. This is the third point. I know I'm starting a little bit, guys. And I know I'm breathing heavily, but I'm just like, I'm out of fucking breath. It's hard to talk. I'm just so fat. I'm not that fat. I mean, I'm pretty fat. I'm just not that fat. I was just doing some stuff beforehand. But anyways, back to the PlayStation. Let's stop getting into my personal life. The third thing is definitely censorship. PlayStation, Sony in general just needs to stop this censorship bullshit, okay? Bullshit, okay? It's bullshit. Sony, you cannot censor your older games like your adult viewing games. Now, I'm not objective. I'm not like saying like, hey, Sony, you gotta let every disgusting game on here, because there's some pretty fucked up games out there that are pretty disgusting. Like, why the fuck would you even want that on your system, right? So I'm not saying like, oh, let porn games on and stuff like that onto your system. That would be awesome. No, I'm saying you got to not censor the games that you are taking onto your system. Games that show nudity and stuff like that, you cannot censor that, okay, guys? I know it's tempting, but you shouldn't. And you could say, like, well, the argument is, like, what about parents and stuff like that? Like, kids can play these games, right? Well, guess what? It's the parents' fault if their kids play a stupid game. It's the parents' fault if your kids play Grand Theft Auto. It's not your fault. It's your parents' fault. I mean, it's semi your fault for being a little shit. But it's your parents' fault for not paying attention. I should know this because my sister has kids. I don't have kids personally, but my sister has kids, and they have systems to play games on, like their cell phones and such stuff like that, right? And my sister double checks and makes sure that their games are not like adult and like they are kid friendly. She's just like, you guys are not playing games like that. That's not adult. That's not kid friendly. She's even told me, she's just like, hey, never let my kids play your adult games like Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that until they're older, until they're like 16 or whatever, right? And I'm like, okay. She's like, you shouldn't even play them in front of them, to be honest. So my sister is a better is a better parent than all the parents that let their kids play shitty games because they're too stupid. Either they're too stupid or they don't care enough. So it's not Sony's fault. It's the parents' fault. Sony, you can't blame yourself for dumb kids and also their dumb parents, okay? I'm sorry to say it, but when a game has a rating of mature or 18 or 17 plus or 18 plus or whatever you have, right? When it has a rating like that, you're supposed to look at it and be like, should my kid play this? And then when you say, like, my kid's only, like, 10, probably not. You gotta be a good parent and look at what your kid's doing on social media, including games. Just saying, it's not Sony's fault, or it's not your fault if you're listening to this. It is the parents' fault for not paying attention to their fucking kids. Just kind of pisses me off. Games have a rating for a reason, just like movies do, just like TV shows and movies do. So yeah, I know that you'll get some backlash, but not your fault. So do not censorship things anymore, okay? Let things be uncensored and let them be epic. Now to the fourth point, I guess. It would have to be. Oh, there's one I forgot. What was it? Oh well, maybe we'll figure it out later. So this one, it's gonna have to be. So this one would have to be older games plus more indie games as well. So I've heard. Let's go with indie games first. So I've heard that PlayStation is moving, not necessarily moving away from indie games, but more focusing on AAA titles, especially exclusive AAA titles that can make their platform really awesome. Because exclusive games, especially on the PlayStation, at least recently, have been really good. You know what I mean? But I really want to see some more indie games. I want to see maybe like not necessarily exclusive indie games, but that'd be pretty cool to see some exclusive indie games. But indie games, not all of them, but a fair amount, like on Steam and stuff like that, can be really fun and really good. And I would love to see them on the PlayStation. Maybe not necessarily like unfinished, but I would love to see them on the PlayStation where you can actually play them. Um, I can think of a few, but I don't know if they're actually technically indie. Like Conan Exiles, I don't know if that's technically indie, or what was it called? Ark Survival Evolve. I don't know if that's technically indie as well, but I know that they're considered like indie-ish, you know. So I want to see Sony put more emphasis on indie games, and perhaps let more indie games go into their system. You know, that'd be really cool. And then let's talk about older games as well. So I want to see older games on Sony. And now I know that they have some older games in the Sony Play Store, which I do enjoy, which I would like to see more. I would like to see like a whole list of like from PS1 to PS3. Although I don't know if that's technically possible because there's so much games between those two consoles. You know, there's like PS1, PS2, PS3, and there's a ton of games. So I don't know if it's actually possible for them to put it all on the store. And plus that'd be like a mega amount of money, and plus too much stuff to even buy because you wouldn't be able to store it all on your PlayStation. Um, but it'd be really cool to see some really cool older games. And I know they have the PlayStation Now, I think it's called, or the PlayStation Plus Play Plus Now or something like that. It's like the little app where you play monthly and you get to play older titles, you get to stream them. And it's a pretty good app so far. It's a pretty good not app, I guess, like a pretty good PlayStation service so far, I guess. I've only used it like once, and then I stopped paying for it. I never actually paid for it. I used a 7-day free trial, but it was interesting. It worked. It had some like laggy issues here and there, but it worked nonetheless for the most part. So I could see them doing something like that and putting all their older games on there. And I want some old games that are like really. I want some older games that are like really obscure, like Tomba. That was a really fun game. If you don't know what that is, look that up. It's a really fun game. It was a really fun PlayStation 1 game, or was it PlayStation? I think it was PlayStation 1. But yeah, I want some really old games like that, like really obscure old games, including older games that aren't obscure on that. You know, I really want some older games that are just fun. And I wouldn't mind some games on the PlayStation Store that are old enough to be free. That'd be cool. Like, I could think of one right now, like Grand Theft Auto 1. It's not really worth much, I don't think. So you can make that free on the PlayStation Store, or put it on the little PlayStation Now app, you know? If you had more games on these things and made them better quality, people would buy them a lot more often. They'd buy your services a lot more often, and it'd be a lot more fun if you had more variety. I know you have a lot of variety, but just make it more variety, guys. Go back to the past and bring all those games back from PlayStation 1 all the way up to PlayStation 4. Bring them all back on the store or on your little app thing, and I'm sure a lot more people will buy your services. I know I would. If I knew that all these games were there, I'd be like, oh, I'm totally buying that service. And try to make it less laggy. Try to make it the best you possibly can. That's all you can ask, I guess. That's all I can ask. You might be able to ask more. um, Now, moving on to number five, I think this is, or is it number six? I don't know. I'm running out of things that I'm really thinking about. Like I'm really trying to think of things. I'm sure I'm like missing things that I've thought about before, but they're just out of my mind right now. So I'm sure I'm missing some of the things I want to talk about. And when I end this, I'll be like, oh, I should have said that. Like I should have said that and that and that, you know. But I'm really trying to think about things. um, let's see. I wouldn't mind a newer design for the PlayStation 5. I guess that's a little thing I wouldn't mind. Because the PlayStation, like, 1 to 4 were quite, not they were similar to a certain extent, but they're not, like, the same, obviously. But I would like a better design, I guess. I want something interesting looking, cool looking, you know? I don't know. I just want something different. The PlayStation controller, I like the DualShock controller, to be honest. It's my favorite controller out of all the systems I've ever played, to be honest. I like the weight of it. I like the size of it. I like the little touchpad, the lights on it, and stuff like that. But I would also like the option to turn off the lights, slightly improve it, perhaps. Maybe even make it have a touchscreen. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, slightly improve it. Have the option to turn off the lights because it's a battery waster, to be honest. And plus, make the battery higher. I want the battery to be way higher. And also, this is something that probably won't happen. Maybe it will. I don't know. But I would like something like the PlayStation Vita, like included in it, where it hooks up directly to your PlayStation, kind of like the Switch, I guess, where it has like a dock that hooks up to your PlayStation, but it's like a portable console that you can play all the games you have on your PlayStation, but on the go. And it looks like the Vita because, in my personal opinion, the Vita was more sizable and just a better hold than the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch is kind of big and bulky, and you have to carry it around in like a bag pretty much. But the PlayStation Vita, you could pop that in the back of your pocket, and you could just carry that around. So I would love something like that. Make it have like a long battery life, like a 10-hour battery life at least, you know, and make it be able to play all the games that you have on your PlayStation. All you have to do is like download them from the store or whatever, if you already bought them, of course. Um, that'd be super awesome. I want like something like that. I want like a PlayStation Vita portable thing that comes with the PlayStation. I know it will cost a little bit extra money, but I just want them to do that. You know, like I wouldn't mind this. Okay, this is how I see it coming. Right? They have the PlayStation 5. They have the whole thing. And they're like, you buy this, you get all this stuff with it because it's the PlayStation 5, right? Like, you buy it, you get all this stuff with it. But guess what? They have one that costs like 100, maybe $200 more, and it comes with this little Vita PlayStation that you get to carry around. You know? It's just like, you remember the PlayStation Vita that no one really cared about, but at the end it got a cult following because it was pretty damn cool? Well, guess what? This has it. It has like 1080p or something like that, maybe even 4K, I don't know. And it has like apps and stuff like that you can use on it. And plus it docks to the PlayStation, you know? It docks to charge, it docks to like upload and download games onto it. And it's more portable than the Nintendo Switch. And you can play any game that you have on your PlayStation on that, you know? And you can also like undownload them to make more storage on it. Plus it should have at least like a terabyte of storage. And I know they can do that, okay? I know they can put a terabyte of storage on that thing because they have a mini SD card that's a terabyte of storage right now. So they could have like 3 terabytes of storage if they really wanted to. Or maybe they'd make it so you may have to get your own storage where they'd be like, hey, you have to get like a SD card. Is it called an SD card? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Like the mini card, right? I'm definitely buying the terabyte card if that's what they say. Like you have to buy your own storage for it. That's the only problem, you know? So I would definitely buy the terabyte and just like put that in there, make my stuff super cool. Now, not everybody would buy it, obviously, but I know I would. I would pay an extra $100 to $200 just to get this little Vita version of the PlayStation, you know. And especially if it let you download the games onto it and play them. That'd be awesome. If it like let you download the games from your PlayStation to play them, or maybe it came with little cartridges like the Nintendo. I don't know, but it'd be super awesome, especially if they made it like the similar design but better. Make it a little bit better. But it'd be super awesome, and I would totally buy the shit out of that. And that would put them in the lead, I'd say. Man, that would put them in some of the leads. Hell, they could even make it separately too. I mean, I don't want them to make it separately. I want them to make it part of it, but they could also release it separately, I guess. They should make it part of it, but also have an option so you can buy it separately. So you just have the little machine instead, because some people don't want a console, but some people might want like a handheld machine. But that'd be super awesome. Do that with the PlayStation 5. I know you probably won't, but if you're listening to this, trust me, people would love to buy that, and they would buy that. It'd be awesome. Just raise the price up a slight amount, not too much, not too little, but they would love that, especially if you made it just as powerful or almost as powerful. Make it like 1080p to 4K, I guess, and just make it like really strong. You don't even need to put your own storage. You can say like people have to buy their own storage, because there is stuff out there that can hold 500 to a terabyte worth of storage in there. So it'd be awesome. So Sony, if you're listening to this, you should do all these ideas because they're super awesome and they would make the PlayStation 5 even better. I'm trying to help you out here. And also Xbox, or Microsoft, I guess, if you're listening to this, you can do the same thing with your services, okay? Just flip it around. Take the services that you have and be like, hey, that guy has some good ideas, and we could do that on theirs as well. You know what I mean? So Xbox, for the Xbox Scarlet, I think it is, right? If you're listening, you can do this too. And maybe if you do it before Sony does, you'll do it better. I don't know, but you can do it too. But there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that is cross-platform. I just remembered it before I ended this video, so that's pretty good. So, cross-platform play. What should we do with cross-platform play? Why do I want cross-platform play? Let's see, because it's awesome. You don't have to buy a system that your friend's getting, because let's say your friend's getting the new Xbox, or whatever it's going to be called, right? And you're like, well, I want the new PlayStation. Guess what? It doesn't matter, because we can play the same games on our systems together because there's cross-platform. I want cross-platform in every single game. The only thing that would stop them from doing that is like the developers, but I don't see why developers would stop that. I think most developers would welcome that with open arms. So I want cross-platform between PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and hell, even like Nintendo Switch, if they have a game on the same level, obviously. But I would love cross-platform. That'd be awesome. It used to be like Microsoft and stuff that said they didn't want cross-platform, but now it's only Sony. Sony, I love your company, okay? I love your phones, and I especially love your gaming systems. But you gotta get with the times, dude. You gotta get with the times. You gotta stop acting like a snotty little bastard. You gotta stop acting like a snob, going like, I put up my nose to that because I don't trust their systems. You gotta stop acting like that. You gotta be like, cross-platforms of the future. A lot more people would buy your content. A lot more people would buy your console if you could just cross-platform it, Obviously, it wouldn't work with Sony exclusive games or Microsoft exclusive games or Nintendo exclusive games, obviously, or PC exclusives, because, they wouldn't have it on the PlayStation, or they wouldn't have it on their systems. But it would work on everything else. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome. And also, I don't just want cross-platform like online multiplayer games. I want cross-platform co-op games. What kind of games am I talking about? Like Far Cry, where you can invite your friend in, but you can't have like a whole online thing. What's that one? There's also one like Breakout or something like that, like with the criminals, where you can play together. It's like two different criminals, and you have like your two different storylines, sort of thing. I would love to see that, but on like cross-platform. I want to see a super cross-platform here where you can play online games, online multiplayer games, and also like just co-op games where you can bring your friend into your game. That'd be super cool. I want you guys to do that. I want every system, every console to do that, every like PC and everything. I would just love to see that happen. We know it can happen, so you should make it happen. And a lot of people would love you for it and praise you guys for it. They'd be like, the consoles did this, it's fucking awesome. Like, you can even do fucking co-op. Like, they would love that shit. I know I would love that shit, and most other people would too. So, and there's probably a bunch more stuff out there that you can do, but there's nothing else that I can think about right now. I'm sure there is going to be like a few things after this that I thought about, but I did not say, obviously. Let's think. Older games, already said that. Mods, already said that. Better PlayStation Plus, already said that. Cross-platform, obviously. I said about the console, obviously. Censorship, obviously, I said about that. What else to say? Better, like more exclusive games that are better, and plus like focused on more of the indies and stuff like that as well. I said that as well. So what else is there to say? Price should be reasonable, I guess. I hope. What else? What else? I just hope it's like really good. That's what I hope. I hope it's really, really good, really fantastic. But I don't know. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if if PlayStation, or hell, even hey guys, real quick add-on to the end of this video. I have one more thing that I want them to upgrade and change, because I really like this feature, but it needs to be changed just a slight bit. And that is their recording software. I really love that you can record and take screenshots and upload them to like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. I really love that feature, but there is some problems that I would like them to address with it. Like, it's pretty simple to use. I really like that part. It's pretty simple. People can use it really simply. But I really want them to change a few things. Like, first off, I would like to get like an editing app in there, so you can edit your videos. You can edit your videos in there and not have to worry about editing them outside of there. I would love to have like an editing app in PlayStation itself. I'd like to have an editing app in it. That'd be pretty cool. So like, and you can make this app free, and you could also have like a paid version for like a premium version or something like that gives you more features. But the editing app should have like the basics of an editing app, but maybe the premium version has more stuff to it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that'd be a pretty cool way to get some money and stuff like that. Just by making an editing app and stuff, where you can edit your videos from PlayStation. And I would also like them to do two things, and that is to up the resolution and also up the hours. Because you can only play for about 1 hour before your recording software turns off. But I prefer to play for like as long as I want before it turns off. So I think they should just make that unlimited time, I think it should be up to the player, up to the person, how long he wants to record for. Because it's his device, and plus he can lose as much storage, or they can lose as much storage as they want, they can just lose as much storage as they want, and then like regain it by deleting the video or whatever. So I would like to be able to record stuff for more than 1 hour straight. I don't know if you can actually record and stream at the same time. You might be able to, but let's talk about the resolution. I would really like them to change up the resolution on it, because the resolution on it's pretty garbage, to be honest. I think it might be even like 1080p at best. not 1080p. I'm sorry, like 720p at best. It's like really low resolution, and some games turn out okay, but some games just turn out like meh. Like some games that look really good, like just turn out in that like, are you sure that's like good enough? So yeah, I think it's like 720p at best. So that's pretty bad. Like I really want them to upgrade the resolution on it. Um, yeah, just upgrade the resolution on it for sure. Uh, like I'm not saying like to 8K. I'm not saying like, hey, let us record an 8K video. I'm not even saying like let us record an 4K video. Like 1080p would be pretty okay. Maybe a little bit higher, but Um, but I was saying like you should up the resolution on it for sure. Like to at least 1080p to make games look better. Although I think a good resolution should be like maybe 1K to 2K, I guess. Like a good resolution. Like not 1K, I guess, because that's 1080p. 1080p is better than 1K, I guess. But maybe 2K. I think a good resolution would be 2K on it, to be honest. But maybe 4K. Like if you can up the resolution to 4K, that'd be pretty cool. Um, and maybe give us like the option what we want to record and stuff like that to make it easier to download or something like that. Like give us the option. Be like, hey, you can either download, you can either upload, you can either like record in 4K or 1080p. Like you can like go up to 4K. I don't know. I don't necessarily say go up to 4K. Maybe go up to 2K, and that be your limit. But it'd be really nice to be able to record something in better quality than potato mode. uh, I don't know. I used to watch stuff in like 720p all the time, but I don't know. Nowadays, I feel like we just need better quality recording software in our devices, and also longer time, and also an editing app. I would love to have an editing app where I can edit together videos and I can cut out parts and edit and stuff. That'd be really cool to have in the PlayStation. I would definitely buy that, and I might even buy the upgraded version of it, to be honest. But yeah, man, I would love to have that, and I hope you're listening to this, Sony. I heard Microsoft has the same thing on their Xbox. It's a little bit better, It's slightly better. So yeah. So if any of you are listening, you should do this, and especially you, Sony. Listen up, Sony. This is to make you better. This is not, I guess it is technically criticism, but it's to make you better. So listen up to your fans and do what we ask, please. Because if you do, you'll make your console even better. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell notification because you love this content. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Go to my Twitter down below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, you should check out this one or this one. Or, click right there because that will subscribe to my channel. That middle one right there. Anyways, I hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to my Twitter and follow. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace.